This healing experiential is about completing a chapter of the past through embodied healing. It's part of a series of 3 healing experientials related to the full episode of loving yourself and the past being over. You can find the full podcast at CandiceWu.com/pastisover. And now let's jump in. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Embody podcast, a show about remembering and embodying your true nature, inner wisdom, embodied healing, and self-love. My name is Candice Wu, and I'm a holistic healing facilitator, intuitive coach, and artist sharing my personal journey of vulnerability, offering meditations and guided healing support, and having co-creative conversations with healers and wellness practitioners from all over the world. This healing experiential is intended to support you in closing a chapter of the past, closing an incident or situation that's happened in the past that bothers you today or somehow affects your body, nervous system, or heart, and clearing that so that you feel it's complete. Depending on how resourced you feel in your own nervous system, in your own body, in terms of how well you can navigate your own emotions, I would suggest using an incident or a chapter of your life that feels mildly upsetting or challenging. If you feel more resourced in yourself, feel free to go for whatever feels right for you. At any time, if you feel overwhelmed, as I always say, just pause the recording and take some time to either do some self-touch to help your body feel grounded, or look around and orient yourself to the present moment, to safety. If you completed the previous healing experiential with me on self-inquiry and taking inventory of what's stuck in time, you might have a full list of things that you might use today in terms of closing a chapter of the past. If you don't have anything, that's okay. We will tune to something today. But you also might consider doing the other healing experiential first. It's called taking inventory on what's stuck in time. Now let's jump in. Take a moment to just peel off the layers of today's stress, of anything that's already happened today. Take some deep breaths into your heart. Let your body open. Feel into your belly, into your hips, your legs, and feel the grandness and steadiness of earth supporting you. Whatever you're sitting on, get comfy as much as you'd like to and feel the support of what's underneath you. Feel free to close your eyes or look down, whatever helps you feel more in tune with yourself. Now let yourself tune into any part of your personal past or your past life that you feel is incomplete, upsetting, or still challenging in your inner world today. Invite the part of you that experienced this situation to come forward. So if something happened when you were a young child, imagine yourself as a young child and invite your young child forward so that you can see this part of you. As you witness this part of yourself, notice if this part has any emotions or if they're experiencing anything at the moment. Let yourself sense and imagine using your intuition, using any perception you have, letting yourself be curious and open. We'll let our mental, analyzing mind just go to the side for now as we let the more imaginal, visual, sensing world come to the front. Now, whatever situation you had in the past, notice the moment you realized that this situation was over. When was the moment you noticed that this was over? Was there a helpful person? Was there a moment in time that it was clearly done with? Or that you were alive and you noticed? Or notice how you got through the situation. What we're doing is finding resource and finding the point of time in which the bad thing or the rough or challenging situation was over. And as you feel into that moment and notice it, let your body attune to that, noticing that this is the moment you realized it was over, or this is how you got through it. Notice what's happening inside your body. Any sensations, any emotions, any movement your body desires. As you notice the whole world of that moment or that experience where you noticed it was over or that something was good afterwards, a helpful person, how you got through it. Take your time in feeling any pleasure or safety from recognizing that this situation had ended, that you were okay, that you were alive. Now, if you feel ready, go back to the part of you that was in the rough situation or the chapter that you'd like to close. And as you sense into this part of yourself, do so with complete loving, allowing, and awareness. Check in with this part of you that experienced this hard thing and sense into if there's anything your past self needs now in order to feel okay, safe, or to get through the situation. Ask, what do you need? And listen without any filter, without any need for it to make sense. And whatever this part of you says, imagine it now. Imagine that you could give them whatever they need now. Picture it for them. And feel through what you notice in your body or in theirs. Let any emotions come through and pass. Stay with it if it's tolerable and manageable. And take any breaks that you need just to give yourself a gentle easing into this. You might check in again and see how they're doing. And if there's anything else that they need, perhaps they need to just scream and yell, or they would like to do something with someone else, express how they're feeling. Maybe they're ready to play or create. See what they need now. Check in to see if they need any comfort or love from you, any affection or words that let them know that this situation is over. Let them know that this was in the past and that the past is over. Feel free to let them know how sorry you are that this happened, how they did not deserve this. You might let this part of you know that you're with them and that they're not alone. Or acknowledge anything they want acknowledged. Acknowledge how they didn't get what they needed in the past, but they can have it now. You might give them space to express anything they want to or let you know their story. And if there's anything else they wish would have happened, listen and sense into that now. If you have any picture in your mind of what they need or what they wished for, picture that image all the way through. Picture that scene. Let yourself and this part of you take your time. The completion of this may not be completed all in one sitting, and that's okay. And now give your past self or this part of you an update on how things are now, how things are different. You might let them know who's in your life now or how things are or what you're doing, or that you're an adult now or you have different relationships and situations. Remind them that the past is over. And now feel free to take your past self from the past and invite them into the present. You can even go retrieve them from the past, from wherever they are. And if they're ready to, you can bring them forward into time, into the present moment, into how your life looks right now, and show them around. Explain what's happening now and what life is like. And if they're not ready, just plant the seed and let them know that they're invited to come to the present whenever they're ready. And whatever step you are in this process, feel free to take a little more time at your own pace. Whether you are checking in with yourself in the past, letting them know that the past is over, or giving them the space to express what their story is and how they're feeling or what they need, or imagining for them what they need. Take your own time now with whatever part you're at. And I'll give you a little bit of quiet time to do so. And when you hear the music, you'll know that the recording is going to end, but feel free to take even longer. And as you complete this, take some time to ground yourself in the present moment, looking around and orienting yourself to space and time. So here now is some quiet time for you.